Very good morning to all of you, my friends. I hope you guys are doing good. Very good morning, everyone, again. Now, guys, in the last two sessions, we discussed concepts relating to overheads, wherein we discussed what is the meaning of overheads. Further, we discussed allocation, apportionment, reapportionment of overheads. Thereafter, we discussed the concept of absorption. So if you guys have any doubts till now, you guys can ask me. Else we'll start with the next part of the chapter, that is under or over absorption of overhead. I hope you guys have solved the questions of study material and practice manual. So if you guys have any doubts right now in study material, you guys can ask me relating to allocation, apportionment, reapportionment, and absorption. Else we'll start with the next part of the chapter, again the very important part of the chapter, that is relating to under or over absorption of overheads. There is a query from Dhyanesh, sir, how to solve practical question number 3. So in practical question number 3, the order of distribution is clearly given in the question, that is P, Q, R and S. So first we'll distribute the overheads of P followed by Q, then R and S. So the order is given in the question, Dhyanesh. Please read the question carefully. I hope you guys have solved the questions of study material and past practice manual. Very good morning, Mitesh. Very good morning, Prartho Sarthi. B part is very easy, Dhyanesh. Read the question carefully. You will be able to solve it. So guys, now let's proceed further with the next part of the chapter, that is relating to under or over absorption of overheads. Let me complete this part, Ms. Shruti. So guys, let's start with the next part of the chapter, that is under or over absorption of overheads. Now guys, this costing is based entirely on the estimated data. Management जो cost calculate करता है, they use all the estimated figures. That is, this much material will be required, this much estimated labor cost will be incurred. This much are the estimated number of direct expenses, and this much are estimated number of overheads, whether at the factory level, whether at the office level, or whether at the selling and distribution level. So all the cost that we are using to calculate the total cost or to fix up the selling price, the cost what we are using is what? The estimated cost. Whether it is material, whether it is labor, whether it is overheads. So the absorption rate, what we have calculated, is also an estimated rate. The absorption rate, what we have learned to calculate in the previous session, is also an estimated rate. I repeat again, the absorption rate, what we have calculated, is also an estimated rate. We can call absorption rate as a predetermined rate or budgeted rate. Now, when the actual figures are out, the actual overhead rate may differ from the predetermined rate. The actual overhead rate may differ from the predetermined rate. So the difference between the actual overhead and the overheads as per predetermined rate is what we call as under or over absorption of overhead. What is under or over absorption of overhead? The difference between actual overhead and overhead as per predetermined rate is what? Under or over absorption of overhead. When talking about overheads as per predetermined rate, we will use the term absorbed overheads. So, in simple terms, what is under or over absorption of overhead? The difference between the absorbed overheads and actual overheads is what we call as under or over absorption of overheads. Now, there are two terms. Under absorption and over absorption. Under absorption and over absorption. Now, what is under absorption? The name itself says our overheads are under absorbed. It means what? My absorbed overheads are less than actual overhead. This is what we call as under absorption. The name itself says under absorbed. It means what? My absorbed overheads, or we can call it as overheads as per predetermined rate, is less than actual overheads. This is under absorption. What is under absorption? The name itself says under absorbed hua. It means what? My absorbed overheads are under absorbed than actual overheads. So absorbed overheads are less, it is under absorption. When talking about over absorption, over absorbed, it means what? My absorbed overheads are more than actual overhead. So that is over absorption. Very good morning, Shivani. Very good morning, Miss Saipa. Nikita Namal, I'll be discussing, just wait for some time now. I have started with a new topic. So, when talking about what is under or over absorption of overhead, the difference between the overhead as per predetermined rate and the actual overhead is under or over absorption of overhead. When talking about under absorption, the name itself says my overheads are under absorbed. It means what? My absorbed overheads are under absorbed than actual overhead. So if in case of under absorption, if absorbed overheads are less than actual overheads, it is under absorption. When talking about over absorption, my absorbed overheads are more than actual overhead, it is my over absorption. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can ask me. Let me discuss this concept with the help of an example. Let's say my budgeted overheads are 5 lakh. My budgeted hours is 1 lakh. Therefore, how much will be my absorption rate, assuming that overheads are absorbed on the basis of budgeted hours? So, absorption rate we can easily calculate. That is 5 lakh divided by 1 lakh. So, this will be rupees 5 per hour. Now, let's say the actual data is given in the question. Actual hours is, let's say, 80,000 hours. Actual hours is 80,000 hours. And let's say actual overheads, two situations are given. Let's say it is 3,80,000 and 4,60,000. Very good, Dhyanesh. So now this is the question that is given, wherein budgeted overheads is 5 lakh, budgeted hours are 1 lakh. So my absorption rate will be how much? Rupees 5 per hour. My actual hours are given, that is 80,000, and my actual overheads, let's say two situations, wherein first situation it is 3,80,000 and second situation, let's say it is 4,60,000. Now we have to find out that how much is the under or over absorption of overhead in both these two situations. So first, the first stage is what? To calculate absorbed overheads, that is overheads as per predetermined. So this is the first stage. We have to calculate absorbed overheads. So how much are the actual hours? 80,000 hours. How much is the absorption rate? Rupees 5. It means how much overheads were supposed to be incurred? 4 lakh rupees. I repeat again, when talking about absorbed overhead means what? Overheads as per predetermined rate. It means what? My predetermined rate is rupees 5 and how much hours we actually worked is 80,000. So how much are our absorbed overheads? 4 lakh. Now, we have got our absorbed overheads. Now let's say my actual overhead let's say in first situation is 3,80,000 and in second situation it is 4,60,000. Now we have to calculate. Very good, Mr. Abdul. Very good, Shivani. Very good morning, Kavita. So now let's take the first situation. Herein, my absorbed overheads are more than actual overhead. What? My absorbed overheads are 4 lakh and it is more than actual overheads. So absorbed overheads are more. It means what? We call as over absorption. 20,000. The difference is what? 3,80,000. 4 lakh minus 3,80,000. 20,000 is what? My over absorption. I repeat again, in first situation, my absorbed overheads are more. काफी बार स्टूडेंट्स को कंफ्यूजन होता है कि अंडर अब्जॉर्प्शन होगा या ओवर अब्जॉर्प्शन होगा. सो गाइस, डू मेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस पॉइंट that if absorbed overheads are more, over absorption. If absorbed overheads are less, then it is under absorption. So here in this case, 20,000 is what we call as over absorption. And in this case, since my absorbed overheads are how much? 4 lakh. It is less than actual overhead, that is 4 lakh 60,000. So this is 60,000 under absorption. So this is all what about, very good, Shivani. This is all what about the concept of over and under absorption. I request you guys to please copy this explanation, and thereafter if you guys have any doubts, you guys can post your queries. Anyone else having any doubts? What is under or over absorption? You guys can ask me, waiting for your queries. I request you guys to please copy this part. Okay, Miss Sindhu, let me check. Give me some time. Good. So now, guys, a question for you. You have to figure out that whether it is under or over absorption of overhead. Let's say my budgeted overheads are 10 lakh. My budgeted hours are 2,50,000. My actual hours are 2 lakh, and my actual overheads is, let's say, 8,50,000. So waiting for your answers. How much is the under or over absorption of overhead? Under oblique over absorption. Tell me the amount, plus also Post your answers that whether it is under or over absorption of overhead. I've got answer from Alok. Yes, very good. Alok, your answer is correct. I've got answer from Abdul. Very good. Your answer is correct. Jyoti Jha, please repost your answer. Rahul Sarkar, an incorrect answer. Rahul Sarkar, your answer is incorrect. Miss Raboni Das, yes, your answer is correct. Dhyanesh, your answer is correct. Sindhu S, your answer is correct. Shivani, please write the complete answer. Jyoti Jha, please write the complete answer. How much is the amount of under or over absorption? Rahul Sarkar, your answer was incorrect. Yes, Sindhu, your answer is correct. Shivani, your figure is correct, but it is under or over absorption. Waiting for your answers. Vimal Kumar Surolia, your answer is correct. Nehal Patel, incorrect answer. Nitish, correct answer. Sunil Kumar, I'm surprised your answer is incorrect. Harshit Jaiswal, incorrect answer. Manisha Bain Panchal, incorrect answer. Khushi, incorrect answer. Piyush Chaurasia, yes, your answer is correct. I am surprised still many of the students are not able to answer it correctly. So guys, again discussing this part. The first step of under and over absorption is what? To calculate the absorbed overheads. So herein I can easily calculate my absorption rate, that is 10 lakh divided by 2,50,000. So this will be 4 rupees. Now we'll calculate the absorbed overheads. When talking about absorbed overheads, how much is the actual hours? 2 lakh. How much is the absorbed rate? 4. I repeat again, actual hours into predetermined rate, we will get the absorbed overheads. So my absorbed overheads are how much? 8 lakh. So herein, my absorbed overheads are 8 lakh and my actual overheads are 8 given, that is 8,50,000. So the difference is 50,000. Now we have to figure out that whether it is under or over. The difference is of 50,000. Now we have to identify whether it is under or over. Now, अगर overhead absorb कम है तो under, अगर overheads absorb ज़्यादा है तो over. So herein overhead absorbed are what? Less. If it is less, it is under. If it is more, it is over. So it is under absorption. Rahul Sarkar, it is under absorption, not over absorption. See, if absorbed overheads are less, it is under. If it is more, over. ज्यादा है तो over, कम है तो under. Harshu, incorrect answer. Manoj Yadav, yes, your answer is correct. Khushi, very good. Shruti, please check your answer. No worries, Harshit. Very good, Saipa Virali. Sushil Kumar Barik, please check. The overheads absorbed are less, so it is under. If overhead absorbed are more, it will be over. Priyanka, yes, now it is correct. One more questions for the students who are not been able to solve. Guys, listen to me very carefully. There is a lots and lots of confusion among many of the students कि under क्या होता है और over क्या होता है और कई बार confuse हो जाते हैं या भूल जाते हैं. So do make a note of it that if absorbed overheads are less, it means under. अगर absorbed overhead कम है तो under, ज्यादा है तो over. Let's take one more question. Let's say my budgeted overheads are 12 lakh. Budgeted. Now this time I want a correct answer from everybody. I repeat again the concept. First point, calculate the absorption rate. First stage is what? Calculate the absorption rate. Second point is calculate the absorbed overheads. Absorbed overheads calculate कीजिए. Absorbed overheads कम है, under absorption. Absorbed overheads ज्यादा है तो over absorption. ज्यादा है तो over, कम है तो under. So 12 lakh, 6 lakh. Let's say actual hours is 5,50,000. And actual overheads are 11,20,000. Waiting for your answers. Waiting for your answers, guys. Okay, now I got answer from Abdul. Answer is correct. Dhyanesh, correct answer. Mr. Sankaran, correct answer. Very good. Alok, correct answer. Manoj Yadav, correct answer. Sindhu, very good. Neha, answer is correct. Mr. Riazuddin, your answer is incorrect, my dear. Jyoti Jha, I am surprised. Your answer is incorrect. Mr. Palan, your answer is incorrect. Shri Lakshmi, very good morning, my dear. I think it's your first query or first post in the portal. Yes, your answer is correct. Manoj Kumar Thakur, when talking about the figure, it is correct. Just let me know whether it is under or over. Miss Raboni Das, your answer is incorrect. Please pay attention what I'm telling you guys. Let me complete this part first, then I'll revise. Okay, Uday Vishwakarma, answer is correct. Shivani, correct answer. Miss Raboni Das, incorrect answer. Piyush Chaurasia, correct answer. Harshit Jaiswal, now your answer is correct. Nitish, correct answer. Mansi, incorrect answer. Miss Manshi Sharma, your answer is incorrect. Nikita Namal, incorrect answer. Nikita. Mr. Riazuddin, incorrect answer. Sunil Kumar, correct. Khushi, correct. Now most of the students are able to answer it correctly, so happy. See, there are few who are not still thorough with the concepts. For them, we'll first calculate the absorption rate. This will be rupees 2, that is 12 lakh divided by 6 lakh. So this will be rupees 2. Now we'll calculate the absorbed overhead. So first step, calculate the absorption rate. Second step, calculate the absorbed overheads. So actual hours are how much? 5,50,000 into 2. So this will be 11 lakh. So herein my absorbed overheads are less than actual. Therefore, it is under absorption. By how much? My absorbed overheads are 11 lakh. My actual overheads are 11 lakh 20,000. So 20,000 is my under absorption. Very good, Harshit. No, Palak, I'm not getting your answer. Yes, I have got your answer. It is correct now. No worries, Sri Lakshmi. So guys, now most of the students are thorough with that. What is under absorption, what is over absorption, and how to calculate the same. So now let's proceed further. Under absorption, over absorption, calculate to kar liya hai. Now what will be the treatment of under or over absorption? So guys, now let's start with the treatment. Yes, when talking about the meaning of absorbed overheads, it means what? Overheads as per the budget rate. Overheads as per the budget rate or predetermined rate. So now let's start with treatment of under oblique over absorption of overhead. Treatment of under you can Mr. Palan, sir, why you can calculate, but at the end of the day, you have to calculate the total amount, because again, the treatment we have to make in our books of accounts. So you have to calculate the total amount of under or over absorption. You can follow this approach, but at the end of the day, you need a total amount, because we have to adjust this total amount among various parts, that is either costing P&L or cost of finished goods. So guys, now let's start with treatment of under or over absorption. If the amount is small, if the difference amount is small, अगर अंडर या ओवर अब्जॉर्प्शन का अमाउंट बहुत ही कम है, वेरी सिंपल, ट्रांसफर इट टू costing field. If the amount of under oblique over absorption is huge, ज्यादा बड़ा अमाउंट है, 2 parts. Better to calculate the overhead in value. That is advisable, because study material has also followed this approach. Now, if the amount of under absorption or over absorption is huge, now 2 situations are possible. If it is due to inefficiency or lack of proper planning, or wrong estimation or abnormal reason. So if the difference is if difference is due to inefficiency of worker or lack of proper planning or lack of or wrong estimation or abnormal reason, then whatever the difference amount is, transfer it to costing P&L. Yes, Harsh Kumar. Yes, Dhyanesh. So guys, if the difference amount is due to inefficiency, lack of proper planning, wrong estimation and abnormal reason, then it is to be transferred to costing P&L. If, or we can say any other case, then what we will do, calculate supplementary rate and charge it to, first point, cost of sales, second point, finished goods, and third point, work in progress. I'll be discussing this concept with the help of an example also. So guys, if the difference is of a very small amount or a nominal amount, whatever the difference is, transfer it to costing P&L. But if the difference is a big amount, then two parts. If it is due to abnormal reasons or lack of proper planning or wrong estimation, then transfer it to costing P&L. But if in any other case, let's say due to inflation or something like that, then we have to first calculate the supplementary rate, and that supplementary rate is charged to cost of sales, finished goods, and work in progress. So I request you guys to please copy this treatment. I'll be discussing this concept with the help of an example also. Very good morning, Kanchan. So guys, this is the treatment of under or over absorption of overhead. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can ask me. Yes, it may differ from case to case, Mr. Abdul. Harshit, again, it depends upon the case to case that what amount is small or what amount is of, what is the huge amount. So it may differ from company to company and case to case. Yes, when talking about the difference amount, it means the amount of under or over absorption. If amount of under/over absorption is small. If under or over absorption is due to, if under or over absorption is due to inefficiency or lack of proper planning or wrong estimation or abnormal reason, then transfer it to costing P&L. No worries, Jyoti, that's okay. I hope, Miss Virali, your doubt is resolved. When talking about the difference amount, if under or over absorption is due to inefficiency, lack of proper planning, wrong estimation, and abnormal reason, then transfer it to costing P&L. So guys, let's start with few questions on treatment of under or over absorption of overheads. I'll be discussing few questions of study material. So I request you guys to please open your study material. Page number 4.66 of the study material. I'm discussing illustration, practical question number 8. Page number 4.66, practical question number 8. This is not the correct way, Souvik Haldar. Better use the conceptual approach. एक भी figure आगे पीछे हुआ तो your answer will be incorrect. So guys, now let's start with practical question number 8. I'm discussing practical question number 8, page number 4.66 from the study material. So now let's start. In a manufacturing unit, factory overheads was recovered at a predetermined rate of rupees 25 per man day. So herein, absorption rate is given, that is rupees 25 per man day. The total factory overhead incurred and the man days actually worked is 41,50,000 and 1,50,000. So actual overheads are also given. That is 41,50,000 and actual hours also given. That is, actual man days. That is 1,50,000. Respectively, out of 40,000 units produced during the period, 30,000 units were sold. Total units manufactured is 40,000. Out of this, 30,000 units are sold. It means what? 10,000 units are still in stock. We call as finished goods. On analysis, the reason it was found that 60% of the under-absorbed overheads were due to defective planning. मतलब 60% जो है वो क्या है, due to defective planning. So very simple, transfer it to costing P&L. And the rest were attributable to increase in overhead cost. So let's start explain how would under-absorbed overheads be treated in cost accounts. So now, we will first calculate, the first step is to calculate absorbed overhead since absorption rate is given in the question. So this will be 25 into 1,50,000. Rupees 25 into 1,50,000. So this will be 37,50,000. So my absorbed overheads are 37,50,000. Very good, Sri Lakshmi. Very good, Dhyanesh. So now we'll calculate the under or over absorption. Herein, my absorbed overheads 37,50,000 is less than actual overheads. That is 41,50,000. So therefore, under absorption of 4 lakh. So there is an under absorption of 4 lakh. Very good, Alok. Very good, Nitish. Now, we have got the figure that there is an under absorption of rupees 4 lakh. Now, two parts. It is given in the question that 60% of the under absorbed overheads were due to defective planning. So, due to defective planning. How much? 4 lakh into 60, 4 lakh into 60%. This will be 2,40,000 and it will be transferred to costing P&L. Any other case, remaining amount is how much? 4 lakh into 40%, that is 1,60,000. We will calculate the supplementary rate. Now, how to calculate the supplementary rate? My total cost is how much? My total amount is how much? 1,60,000. This is to be charged on number of units manufactured or number of units sold plus finished goods plus work in progress. So herein there is no work in progress. So, but the number of units manufactured is given, that is how much? 40,000. Of this 30,000 were sold. It means what? 30,000 units were sold plus 10,000 are still in stock. $30,000 units are sold and 10,000 units are still in stock. It means total 1,60,000 divided by 40,000. So this will be rupees 4 per unit. This will be rupees 4 per unit. Now this supplementary rate is to be applied to cost of sales and finished goods. So cost of sales, total 30,000 units were sold. So 30,000 into 4, that is 1,20,000. And my finished goods are how much? 10,000 units into 4. So this is 40,000. So we are applying the supplementary rate to cost of sales and finished goods. So herein my cost of sales will get increased because मेरा under absorption है, तो इससे 1,20,000 से मेरा cost of sales बढ़ जाएगा. Further in case of finished goods also, since it is under absorption है, हमें finished goods का cost बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. So finished goods value will be increased by 40,000. So if it is under absorption, we have to debit. If it is over absorption, we have to credit. अगर over absorption होता, तो cost of sales भी कम होता, finished goods का value भी कम होता. But if it is under absorption, finished goods का value बढ़ेगा और cost of sales का भी value बढ़ेगा. So ultimately, when talking about cost of sales, anyways, it is to be transferred to costing P&L. So 1,20,000 is to be transferred to costing P&L because cost of sales is also transferred to costing P&L. And this 40,000 से क्या होगा, हमारा finished goods का value बढ़ जाएगा. If you guys have any doubts in this practical question number 8, you guys can ask me. Waiting for your query, guys. Very good, everyone. Very good, Priyanka. Very good, very good, Shivani. Very good, Dhyanesh. So this is how this amount of 1,60,000 will be distributed among cost of sales and finished goods. I request you guys to please copy this explanation. It is to be charged to costing P&L, Mr. Vimal Kumar. Ms. Priyanka, this 1,20,000 will be shown on the debit side of costing P&L, or we can add it to cost of sales because ultimately cost of sales goes to costing P&L. As far as finished goods is concerned, it will be added to the cost of finished goods. So the value of finished goods will be increased by 40,000. Vimal Kumar Surolia, increase the cost of sales, or you can transfer separately to costing P&L account, whatever you find it convenient. Yes, Dhyanesh, as the cost of sales is increasing, my profit will reduce. Now, guys, let's proceed further with the next question. I'm discussing practical question number 7. I'm discussing practical question number 7 of the study material. So I request you guys to please open practical question number 7. There is a query. See, Vedant Vora, अगर difference होता है 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees, it's of a very small amount. Then better वो जो amount आ रहा है directly costing P&L में transfer कर दो. But yes, if the difference is huge, then we have to allocate. We have to apportion this difference among various elements. That is the units produced. That is the units that are in stock. That the units that are still in progress and the units that are sold. This 1,60,000 is a big difference. See, Harsh Kumar Badani, when talking about any other amount that is of 1,60,000, if the question is silent, we will assume कि price of raw material बढ़ गया, price of or we can say हमारा rent increase हो गया. So वो जो these cost figures are estimated figure. These absorbed overheads are what? Estimated overheads. And when actual overheads differ from estimated overheads due to inflation, then yes, we have to increase the cost. जब हमने ये टारगेट सेट किया था या कॉस्ट सेटअप किया था, शायद हमारे ओवरहेड्स कम रहे होंगे. एंड नाउ द ओवरहेड्स आर इंक्रीज. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर इन्फ्लेटिंग द कॉस्ट of finished goods and work in progress and plus the cost of sales. It is costing P&L. Same to you, Alok. Thank you so much. See, if any difference, see, अगर जो difference आ रहा है between the absorbed overheads and actual overheads, if it is due to abnormal reasons, कि भाई एक्सीडेंट हो गया या थेफ्ट हो गया या सपोज फायर ब्रेकआउट हो गया, सो दिस इज देन एबनॉर्मल रीजंस. सो व्हाई टू इन्फ्लेट द कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट? बेटर ट्रांसफर इट टू कॉस्टिंग P&L. बट if the difference of under or over absorption is due to normal reasons, let's say inflation हो गया है, अगर see this cost is an estimated data and when the actual results are out we get the actual figures. So the difference between the actual overheads and the expected overhead is due to inflation, then हमें हमारा cost भी तो inflate करना पड़ेगा. So that is the reason why we charge these overheads to cost of sales, finished goods and work in progress. But ये जो difference है, if it is due to abnormal reasons, then better transfer it to costing P&L. Because abnormal reasons हर बार नहीं होगा, every year नहीं होगा. But inflation is permanent. और अगर prices कम हो रही है या सॉरी if it is over absorption and if it is due to inflation हमारा कम हो गया है, prices कम हो गई है, then we will reduce it. I hope your query is resolved, Harsh Kumar. See, 4 lakh is the total amount of under absorption. Of this 4 lakh, 2,40,000 is due to abnormal reasons. So we have transferred to costing P&L. 1,60,000 we have assumed it is due to inflation. So better we have to incorporate the inflation in our cost also. That's why we have added it to the cost of sales and the cost of finished goods. Again, depends upon the amount, Mr. Abdul. I hope Vedant Vora, your doubt is resolved. Again, Neha Patel, it may depends upon situation to situation and case to case. Vedant Vora, hopefully your doubt is resolved. This 4 lakh is the total under absorption. Of this, 2,40,000 जो difference आया, it is due to abnormal reasons. So better transfer it to costing P&L. 1,60,000 जो डिफरेंस है वो जेन्युइन है. क्यों? क्योंकि इन्फ्लेशन की वजह से प्राइसेस इंक्रीज हो गई. सो नाउ वी हैव टू इंक्रीज द कॉस्ट आल्सो और एक्सपेक्टेड कॉस्ट फिगर्स आल्सो. सो दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव डन. वी हैव अप्लाइड द सप्लीमेंटरी रेट्स. So now guys, let's start with practical question number 7. In a factory of a particular department, overheads are recovered on the basis of rupees 5 per machine hour. So my absorption rate is 5 per hour. The total expenses incurred and the actual machine hours are 80,000 and 10,000. So actual hours, 10,000 hours. Actual overheads, that is 80,000. Now further it is given that 15,000 becomes payable due to an award of the labor code. Again, it is an abnormal item, so we have to remove it from the actual overheads. We have to calculate the normal actual overheads for this year. So this 15,000 that is paid on account of an award by the labor code, that is we are paying we are paying some compensation to one of our workers, so it is an abnormal item, so it will be removed, or we can call it as an extraordinary item also, so that is to be removed from actual overhead. Further 5,000 was in respect of expenses of the previous year booked in current year. Again we do follow the accrual basis of accounting, so 5,000 जो है पिछले साल का है. So again from this actual overheads we will remove 5,000. So this is not my actual overheads. My actual overheads is given as 80,000. Of this we have to reduce 15,000 being an extraordinary item. That is we are paying compensation on account of court order, and 5,000 that is not related to current year. Again we will be removing the effect. So here in my actual overheads are how much? 60,000. Further, it is given that actual production was 40,000 units, of which 30,000 units were sold. On analysis, it was found that 60% of the under-absorbed overhead was due to defective planning, and rest was attributable to normal increase in cost. When talking about normal increase in cost, it is inflation. Show the treatment of under or over absorption of overheads in cost accounting. So now let's calculate first of all the under or over absorption. We will first calculate the absorbed overheads. So my total absorbed overheads will be how much? 10,000 is my actual hours into rate is 5. So this will be 50,000. Now since my absorbed overheads are less than actual overheads, so therefore it will be under absorption. Under absorption of how much? 10,000 rupees. Now, it is given in the question that of this 10,000 rupees, 60% was due to defective planning. So 60% due to defective planning. That is 6,000 transferred to costing P&L. And remaining 4,000 we will calculate supplementary rate. So how much will be my supplementary rate? 4,000 divided by whatever the production activity what we have carried out during the year. Herein it is given in the question that total 40,000 was the production, of which 30,000 units were sold. So 30,000 units were sold and 10,000 units are still in stock. We call it as finished goods. So therefore the rate will be how much? ₹0.10 per unit. So now the cost of sales will be how much? Increased by 30,000 into 0.1, that is 3,000 rupees, and finished goods value will be increased this is anyways to be transferred to costing P&L, and increase, this will be increased value of finished goods. So this is all what about practical illustration, practical question number 7. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can ask me. Very good, everyone. Now I'm discussing one more question relating to under or over absorption of overhead, guys. That is practical question number 11. I request you guys to please open practical question number 11 of study material. Again, Mr. Abdul, it depends upon case to case. So this is not treated as a small amount. If it is of 2 rupees or 3 rupees, in this case, we would have directly transferred it to costing P&L. Or 100 rupees in this case, then we would have directly transferred it to costing P&L. Yes, 20,000 is also need to be, anyways, they will be reflecting in costing P&L only, not 20,000, 15,000, and rest 5,000 will be deducted from our overheads. I repeat again, Mr. Alok, 15,000 जो compensation दिया हुआ, it will be directly transferred to costing P&L. The remaining 5,000 that is not related to current year, we will ignore. It will be a part of the last year expense. Mr. Abdul, in this question, this 4,000 is not a small amount. Let's start with practical question number 11, page number 4.68. No, Kavita, I have not received any of your, okay, exams date, kaun se month mein aayegi. Kavita, this question is irrelevant to this chapter. I'm discussing only the questions that are relating to this chapter. Question is irrelevant, my dear. Please focus on what I'm teaching right now. I'll be addressing your query at the end of all the sessions. Don't worry. Very good, Alok. Very good, Priyanka. Kavita, as far as any conceptual queries is concerned in relation to this part, you can ask me, Kavita. Very good, Shivani. So guys, now let's start with practical question number 11. ABC Limited manufacture a single product and absorb the production overhead at a predetermined rate of rupees 10 per machine hour. So absorption rate is 10 rupees per hour. Further, at the end of current financial year, it was found that the actual overheads were 6 lakh. It includes 45,000 on account of return off of obsolete stores and 30,000 being the wages for the strike period under an award. So 45,000 and 30,000 need to be deducted from the actual overheads because we have to calculate the normal actual overheads. That is removing the effect of extraordinary item and any abnormal item. The production and sales data are given below, wherein finished goods is 20,000, work in progress is 8,000, 50% complete, and the sale of finished goods is also given, that is 18,000. The actual machine hours worked during the period is 48,000. It has been found that 1/3 of the under absorption of production overhead was due to lack of production planning, and the rest were attributable to normal increase in the cost. Calculate the amount of under absorption of production overhead during the current year. And second point, show the accounting treatment of under absorption of production overhead. So guys, let's start with this part now. Now next is actual overheads. ₹6 lakh minus 45,000 and 30,000. This will be 5,25,000. And actual hours, actual machine hours worked during the period is 48,000. So actual hours are also given, that is 48,000. Now we will calculate the absorbed overheads first. That is 10 into 48,000. So this will be 4,80,000. And herein my absorbed overheads are less than actual overhead. So this will be under absorption of 45,000. That is 4,80,000, 45,000. When talking about 45,000, it is given in the question that 1/3 of under absorption of production overhead was due to lack of product planning. So 1/3 due to lack of planning, that is 15,000. Transfer to costing P&L. And 2/3 we have to calculate the supplementary rate, that is rupees 30,000. Calculate so when talking about calculation of supplementary rate, 30,000 divided by very important point, the total production of finished goods was 20,000, of which 18,000 finished goods were sold. 18,000 were the units sold. It means what? 2,000 are the finished goods that are still in stock, plus the work in progress. So herein we will calculate the equivalent work in progress. So herein 8,000 units are there in process which are 50% complete. 8,000 units are in process which are 50% complete. It means what? 4,000 are the units which are 100% equivalent number of units. 4,000 units are the equivalent number of units which are 100% complete. I'll be discussing this concept in detail in process costing, but we have to calculate the equivalent number of units. So when talking about equivalent of number of units, 8,000 units that are 50% complete, it means 4,000 will be the equivalent number of units. So 4,000 we will add, that is work in progress. Equivalent number of units. We'll always take equivalent number of units when work in progress is given in the question. So my absorption rate, my supplementary rate will be 30,000 divided by 24,000. This will be 1.25. Since it is under absorption, so it will be debited to all three. So when talking about units sold, my cost of sales will be increased by how much? 18,000 into 1.25. My value of finished goods will be increased by 2,000 into 1.25. And my work in progress will be increased by 4,000 into 1.25. So this will be 22,500. This will be 2,500. And this will be 5,000. This is how the total of 30,000 difference will be distributed. So if you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please ask me. The rate is 1.25. The page number I have already mentioned, it is 4.68. Very good, Mr. Souvik. Very good, Abdul. Very good, everyone. If you guys have any doubts, queries in this part, I'm done with treatment of under or over absorption of overhead. If you have any conceptual queries in this part, you guys can ask me. Sir, work in progress 80,000 units क्यों नहीं लिया? See Kavita, 8,000 units क्यों नहीं लिया? So see Kavita, 8,000 units are 50% complete. So therefore, we have these units are 100%, these units are 100%. So to calculate the supplementary rate, all units should be at par. So herein, we will also make work in progress units, that is 8,000 units to 100%. So herein we will calculate equivalent number of units, that is 8,000 units are 50% complete. It means what? 4,000 units are 100% complete. When talking about the calculation of equivalent number of units, 8,000 units are 50% complete. It means what? 4,000 units are 100% complete. This is what equivalent number of units. Yes, Sunil Kumar, we should always take equivalent number of units. Sri Lakshmi, I hope your query is resolved. Can you please elaborate, Souvik? If it is over absorption, तो आप क्या करेंगे? Cost of sales के costing P&L में credit side में जाएगा, finished goods कम हो जाएगा, work in progress का value भी कम हो जाएगा. But herein, it will be transferred to the debit side of costing P&L. Second point, the value of finished goods will be increased by 2,500 and the value of work in progress will be increased by 5,000 because it is under absorption. Yes, correct answer, Manoj Kumar. Mr. Rama S, very good morning to you, my dear. It will always be given in the question, Mr. Abdul. If not given, then we will assume that these are the equivalent number of units. Kanchan Kumari, it is given in the question that the units are 50% complete. Please read the question carefully. Abdul, it will always be given in the question that how much is the percentage of completion. Mr. Abdul, if it is over absorption, very simple, we have to credit it. That is, we have to reduce the finished goods value, we have to reduce the work in progress value, and it will appear on the credit side of costing P&L. If it is under absorption, we have to debit it. If it is over absorption, we have to credit it. Waiting for your queries, guys. Yes, Sri Lakshmi, Shivani, Preeti, Abdul, Mr. Aslam, Mr. Vora, Alok, any doubts? Priyanka, Jyoti, Dhyanesh, any doubts? Nitish, Kavita, Souvik, any doubts, guys? See, when it is under absorption, मतलब हमारा estimated cost कम है. So we have to increase it. That's why we have to debit it, my dear. I repeat again, Vedant. Very simple. If my estimated cost is less, then we have to increase the estimated cost. So we have to debit it. That's why. No, Mr. Abhishek Pandey, how can we transfer it to costing P&L? We have to simply increase the value of finished goods. So guys, now done with this part. Now a question for you guys. We have to increase the predetermined rate. That's what it is. So guys, now a question for you. Let's say my absorption rate So guys, this is the question for you. Very good morning, Mr. Smile. So here, this is the question for you. Absorption rate is rupees 5 per hour. Actual hours worked were 60,000, including an overtime of 5,000 hours. Actual overheads are 3,50,000. 60% of the under or over absorption was due to inflation, and rest were due to defective planning. Total units manufactured were 10,000, of which 7,000 units were sold. When talking about work in progress, 5,000 units were 60% complete and 4,000 units were 50% complete. So you have to calculate the under or over absorption of overhead and the treatment of under and over absorption of overhead. So waiting for your answers, guys. Giving you 5 minutes time, so please post your answers. Okay, I've got an answer from Abdul. Shri Lakshmi, please, I request you to please pay attention and read the question carefully. I do expect a correct answer from your end. Manisha Ben, again, please read the question carefully. I've got answer from Piyush, Alok. Alok, please read the question carefully. Half of the work is done if you read the question carefully. Uday, again, you did the same mistake. Vedant Vora, again the same mistake. I'm surprised, guys. Read the question carefully. Read the question carefully, everyone. Palak, incorrect answer, my dear. Kanchan Kumari, incorrect answer. Alok, check your answer of supplementary rate. Kavita Chandak, when talking about work in progress, 5,000 units that are 60% complete and 4,000 units that are 50% complete. There are two work in progress, 5,000 units that are 60% complete and 4,000 units that are 50% complete. Miss Raboni Das, your answer is incorrect. Okay. Kavita Chandak, your answer is correct. Very true now, Vedant, your answer is correct. So half of the work is done if you read the question carefully. There is a small twist in the language what I have used. Priyanka, incorrect answer. I appreciate your efforts, but yes, your answer is incorrect, Priyanka. Still, I have not received the correct answer from any one of you guys. The key to this solution, the key to solve this question is read the question carefully. Ignore the information, ignore the information that is of no use. वो इंफॉर्मेशन जिसका कोई यूज नहीं है उसको इग्नोर करो. जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स मैंने डिस्कस किए हैं, स्टिक टू दैट कॉन्सेप्ट, यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. Jyoti, let me check your answer. Yes, your answer is incorrect, Jyoti. Jyoti, your answer was incorrect. Okay, Nehal Patel, incorrect answer. Smile, incorrect answer. Abdul, your answer is incorrect, my dear. Read the question carefully, Abdul. Please read the question carefully. Most of the students didn't read the question carefully, so better read it and then solve it. Don't rush for the solution. Yes, Kanchan Kumari, now it is correct. Still waiting for you guys to solve the question. Costing P&L 45,000 supplement. Yes, Mr. Mohsin Yusuf. Let me check. Your supplementary rate is correct. Mr. Yusuf, your answer is correct. I have got correct answer from Mr. Yusuf. Incorrect answer Palak. Incorrect answer Kushi. Vedant, I have not received any answer from your end. No revised. I have not received any revised answer. Manisha Ben Panchal, incorrect answer. Shruti Madam, your answer is incorrect. Vedant, incorrect answer. Yes, Kavita, very good. Your answer is correct. Kavita Chandak, your answer is correct. Now, guys, let me discuss this question. It's a very simple and easy question. Unnecessary information कुछ दिया गया था question में, so better you should ignore. So here in first we will calculate the absorbed overheads that is 60,000 into 5. This information is of no use. This information is given just to confuse you guys. This information is of no use. So now my absorbed overheads are 3 lakh and my actual overheads are 3,50,000. It means what? Under absorption of 50,000. Of this, 60% of under absorption was due to inflation, which is genuine. So we will calculate the supplementary rate of this 60%. And rest were due to defective planning. So 40% due to defective planning. That is 20,000 to be transferred to costing P&L. And 60% amount, that is 30,000, we will calculate the supplementary rate. So when talking about supplementary rate, 30,000 divided by. Now total units manufactured were 10,000. Of this, 7,000 units were sold. It means units sold were 7,500. It means still in stock, finished goods that are in stock is how much? Finished goods that are in stock is how much? 2,500. Plus when talking about work in progress, I have given two categories. That is 5,000 units that are 60% complete. 5,000 units that are 60% complete. So this will be 3,000. And 4,000 units that are 50% complete. So this will be 2,000. This is work in progress. Equivalent units. How come equivalent units? 5,000 units that are 60% complete plus 4,000 units that are 50% complete. So herein I can easily calculate the supplementary rate, that is 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 10, 15. So this will be rupees 2 per. So this is my supplementary rate, that is rupees 2 per unit. I understand, Mr. Abdul. That's why I told you to read the question carefully. Very good, Alok. Your answer is correct. Yes, Priyanka. Now your answer is correct. But again, so herein, cost of sales will be increased by 7,500 into 2, that is 15,000. value of finished goods will be increased by 2,500 into 5. So this will be 5,000. And when talking about work in progress, my equivalent number of units are 3,000 plus 2,000 into 2. So this will be 10,000. So this is all what about treatment of 30,000. If you guys have any query in this part, you guys can please post your query. In the meanwhile, I request you guys to please copy the solution and the question. That's why I mentioned your name, Vedant, that read the question carefully. Half of the work is done if you read the question carefully, Vedant. मिस मनीषा बेन, कई बार क्वेश्चंस में ऐसा होता है कि अननेसेसरी इंफॉर्मेशन दी हुई होती है, सो बेटर इग्नोर इट, स्टिक टू योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. No worries there. I have charged only rupees 2. It is not 5, it is 2 only. 7,500 into 2. Sorry. It was by mistake. It was not a tricky question. The main thing, the major point, what most of the students skipped is what, that they didn't read this part. That is 60% of the under or over absorption was due to inflation, and rest were due to defective planning. So this part was important. Again, the calculation of equivalent number of units was a bit tricky. Mr. Mohsin, anyways, when calculating the absorbed overhead, it will be calculated on total hours, not the normal hours, or we have to ignore the normal hours or overtime hours. We have to calculate the actual overheads on the total number of hours. Further, we have to ignore any sort of abnormal idle hours, or we have to ignore, but when talking about the actual overhead, we can calculate on total hours, ignoring the abnormal idle time hours. Ms. Raboni Das, your answer was incorrect. So I request you, Raboni, to please pay attention and please stick to your concept. You will be able to answer it correctly. Sushil Kumar Barik, I wish I could, but again, the time is running and I have to discuss one more part that is relating to machine hour rate. Sometimes it happens, Alok, no worries, my dear. I'll be posting one more question. So don't worry, you will be getting a question, a bit tricky question that is not there in the study material or practice manual. I'll be posting one more tricky question to the portal. So don't worry, guys. So guys, let's take a break of 10 minutes. Then we'll start with the easiest part of the chapter, that is calculation of machine hour rate. It's a very small part wherein we'll be discussing two questions. We'll surely post a few questions over the portal because the time is running. Even if I give you guys one more question, then again I will not be able to discuss it within the time frame. So better let's start with the next part of the chapter. My major motto is to make you guys clear that how to approach the question. Plus, you should be thorough with the concept so that you can solve it. So guys, let's take a break of 10 minutes. We'll be back. I'll be back after 10 minutes with the remaining part of the chapter that is relating to machine hour rate calculation. So, Ashok sir, please. Welcome back, guys. So now let's proceed further with the next part and the last part of the chapter, that is relating to calculation of machine hour rate. Let me check if there are any queries. Yes, examiner can do us theoretical question also. Mr. Smile, I will be discussing activity-based costing in the next session itself, and we'll be able to complete it in 2.5 hours. So don't worry. Sushil Kumar, thank you so much for the thank you so much. And further, you have to practice a lot for clearing the exams. So to clear the papers, you have to solve questions in writing. Try to solve each and every question in writing. The more you will practice, the more you will be thorough with the concept. Now let's proceed further, guys, with the next part, that is calculation of machine hour rate. I'll be discussing illustration from the study material only. And I'll be discussing one practical question also from study material. So 1 second. I'm discussing illustration number 6. It will cover all the concepts in detail. Then I'll be then I'll be discussing a bit tricky question that is there in the study material, practical question number. Let me check. But let's start first with illustration number 6. Now, when talking about calculation of machine hour rates, the concept is very simple. That is total overheads as calculated, the total of all the overheads divided by machine hour. जो भी overheads दिए हुए हैं उसकी total लगा दो और divided by machine hour click कर दो, we will get the machine hour rate. So now let's discuss this concept with the help of illustration number 6 of the study material. The page number is 4.34. Again, the practice is the only solution, Mr. Rama. Practice, practice, and practice. Try to solve maximum possible practical question. Apart from this, you can refer the scanner, that is past examination questions, for theory purpose. But yes, focus more on practical. But further, you have to cover the theory part also. So better do smart study and cover all the theory questions that were asked in past exams, past 20 years. So better, the best approach is cover all the theory questions of past 20 years and practice question, try to solve in writing. You will be able to secure good marks. Don't worry. So now let's start with illustration number 6. A machine costing rupees 1 crore is expected to run for 10 years. At the end of the period, the scrap value is likely to be 9 lakh. Repairs during the whole life of the machine are expected to be 18 lakh. And the machine is expected to run for 4,380 hours per year on an average. Its electricity consumption is 15 units per hour and the rate per unit being 5. The machine occupies 1/4 of the area of the department and has 2 out of total 10 for lighting. The foreman has devoted 1/6 of the time of his time to this machine. The monthly rent is given. The lighting charges are given. The foreman's salary is given. Find out the machine hour rate assuming insurance is at the rate of 1% per annum on 1 crore and the other expenses on oil and sundries are 900 rupees per month. So now let's start, guys, with calculation of machine hour rate. Now we will divide all the cost in two parts, that is fixed cost and variable cost. And variable cost oblique running cost. So let's start, guys. Thank you so much, Jivita. So let's start, guys. Now information is given, that is the cost of the machine and the useful life. So we will calculate the depreciation. One crore is the cost, minus 9 lakh is the scrap value, divided by useful life, that is 10. Let's calculate it per month. You can calculate it per year also. Both the approaches are correct. So 1 crore divided by 10 divided by 12. So this will be 75833. The next cost is the repairs during the whole life of the machineries are expected to be 18 lakh. So this repair cost is a variable cost. Repair cost is a variable cost. So we'll be calculating it later. Now next is what? The total hours expected to run is 4,380 hours. Since we are using all the monthly data, so we will calculate the hours that are consumed per month, hours. So this is 4,380 hours per year divided by 12. So it is 365 hours per month. Further information is given as regards electricity consumption. Again, electricity consumption is also a variable cost because it is dependent upon hour. We'll be calculating it at a later stage. Now the machine occupies 1/4 of the area of the department. So here in the rent is given, that is 30,000. The monthly rent is given, that is 30,000. So we'll first charge the rent part, that is rent is 30,000 per month. And it occupies 1/4 of the area. The machine occupies 1/4 of the area of the department. So therefore the rent will be how much? 7,500. The next is lighting charges, that is 8,000 per month, and there are 2 light points for this machinery. So lighting charges are 8,000 per month, and there are 2 points out of 10 points used for this machinery. So this is 1,600. Thereafter, foreman salary. And it is 19,200 per month. And it is given in the question that foremen devote 1/6 of the time to the machine. So into 1/6. That is 3,200. Thereafter, insurance is 1% of 1 crore. So this is 1 lakh divided by 12. So you'll be getting 8,333. Further, other expenses are given, that is 900 per month. So sundry expenses we can say that is 900 per month. So this is all what about fixed cost. So we'll calculate the total fixed cost and we'll convert it into per hour. So total per month $75833 plus 7,500 plus 1,600 plus 3,200 plus 8,333 plus 900. So 97366. 97366 is the overheads for this month divided by the machine hours per month. Since this is the monthly data, so how much will be the machine hours per, how much are the machine hours per month? 365. So 97366 divided by 365 will get the fixed cost per hour. How much? 266.76. So 266.76 is the per hour fixed overheads. When talking about variable cost, we have two items, that is repairs. Now herein in this question, the information is given, that is repairs including the whole life of the machines are expected to be rupees 18 lakh. So total repairs are expected to be rupees 18 lakh. Divided by useful life of the machinery, that is 10, into 1/12, that is per month. And if we want to calculate the per hour rate, that is into 1 divided by 365 hours per month. So 18 lakh divided by 10 divided by 12 divided by 365. So 41.1, 41.09, or we can say 41.095. So better take it as 41.1 is my variable cost as far as repairs is concerned. Now, when talking about electricity consumption, it is given in the question that the electricity consumption is 15 units per hour and the rate per hour is how much? Rupees 5. मतलब 1 hour में 15 units consume होते हैं and rate is 5. It means what? 15 5s are 75. Per hour cost of electricity is how much? 75. So 15 units per hour into 5. So we will be getting 75. So this is the total machine hour rate. $382.86. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can ask me. No need to less scrap value for insurance. No worries. Thank you so much, Manoj Kumar. Don't worry. The things will be sorted out. Try to practice more. Try to revise what I have taught in class. You will be able to solve the question. So don't worry. एटलीस्ट आप एफर्ट्स कर रहे हैं. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी फॉर योर एफर्ट्स. सो कीप ऑन ट्राइंग, यू विल श्योरली सक्सीड. No, Kavita, you can solve it on monthly basis also or yearly basis also. Both the approaches are correct. Insurance, let me check the study material 1 second. I don't think. The mistake has been rectified in the study material. The insurance cost is calculated at 1 crore only. Very good, Priyanka. Please check the updated study material, Miss Raboni Das. I request you guys to please check the updated study material. The mistake has been rectified. Now let's start with practical question number 5. अच्छा, इस क्वेश्चन में अल्टरनेटिवली you can easily calculate the total repairs, total electricity consumption, and thereafter you can divide it by hours also. Both the approaches are correct. कोई भी approach से करो, whether it is monthly, whether it is yearly, whether it is per hour, or whether it is total. At the end of the day, you want this answer and this answer need to be correct. ये answer जो है वो आपका correct होना चाहिए. Rest all you can solve the question in any of the way. So guys, now without wasting time, let's start with practical question number 5. Let's start guys with practical question number 5. Now, a machine shop has 8 identical drilling machine. I'm discussing practical question number 5 guys. So let's start with practical question number 5. I request you guys. No worries, Alok. No worries. Very good, Priyanka. Now let's start with practical question number 5. A machine shop has 8 identical drilling machines manned by 6 operators. The machine cannot be worked without an operator wholly engaged on it. The original cost of all these machines work out to rupees 8 lakh. The particulars are given below, that is normal available hours per month 208. Absenteeism without pay hours is 18. Leave with pay hours is 20. Normal idle time unavoidable hours is 10. The average rate of wages per worker is 8. For 8 hours a day is 800. The production bonus estimated is 15% of the wages. Value of power consumed is 80,500. Supervision and indirect labor is 33,000. Lighting and electricity is 12,000. So these details are given for a period of 6 months. Further, now the yearly details are also given, that is repairs and maintenance, including consumables. That is 3% of the value of machine. Insurance is 40,000. That is for a year. So if we have to calculate it for 6 months divided by 2, depreciation is 10% of the original cost. Other sundry expenses and general management expenses as allocated. You are required to calculate a comprehensive machine hour rate for the machine shop. So better calculate it for the 6 months, because 6 months data is given in the question. So let's start, guys. So now all these details is given, and further the amount of wages is given. So let's start with wages. We call it as operator wages, or we can write it as wages also. Now we have to prepare a working note. Now guys, it is given in the question that normal hours available per month per worker is how much? 208. So calculation of total hours. Or we can say paid hours for wages. Now see, normal hours per month is for 6 months. Now, the normal available hours per month is how much? Normal hours per month is 208. So for 6 months, it will be how much? This will be 1248. Total 1248 is the number of hours for 6 months. Here in absenteeism without pay hour is how much? 18. Without pay hour is how much? 18. So without pay, जिसका हमें पेमेंट नहीं करना है. Further, it is given in the question that leave with pay. We have to make the payment for the leave. So again, it will not be deducted. Further, the normal time idle hours are given. Again, it is unavoidable. It is a normal idle time. So we have to make the payment for the same. So in short, we have to make the payment for 12,1230 hours per worker. Into number of workers is how much? Number of workers is how much? 6. So total hours will be how much? So total hours for 6 workers is 7380 hours. So 7380 are the total hours for 6 months, and it is given in the question that we are paying for every 8 hours a day, 800 rupees. So 800 rupees for 8 hours. So how much wages we have to pay? 7,38,000. If you guys have any query in this part, you guys can ask me. Waiting for your queries, guys. If you guys have any query in this part, you guys can please post your query. Most of the part is covered by the end of this session, Vedant. Most of the concepts are already covered in all these 3 sessions. No, this 208 hours are per month, but wherein when talking about 18, nothing is given in the question, so it is, we will assume that it is for the 6 months. So now this is all what about operator wages. Now the next point is production bonus, 15% of the wages. So 7,38,000 into 15%. This will be 110,700. Now power cost is 80,500 for 6 months. It is given in the question. Further, supervision and indirect labor is given, that is sorry, 33,000. 12,000 for lighting and electricity is given in the question. Further, repairs and maintenance, including consumables, is 3% of the value of machine. So the value of machine is how much? 8 lakh into 3% into 1/2. That is for half yearly. We are calculating. So 8 lakh into 3% divided by 2. So this will be 12,000. Thereafter, the insurance is 40,000. Into 1/2. So this will be 20,000. Depreciation 10% of the original cost. So 8 lakh into 10% into 1/2. So this will be 40,000. Other sundry expenses for the year is 12,000. So this will be 6,000. General management expenses. That is 54,530 divided by 2. So 27,265. So 27,265 plus 6,000 plus 40,000 plus 20,000 plus 32 plus 1079465. Let me check if there are any queries. I'm discussing practical question number 5th, page number 4.65. Question 5th, 4.65. Now herein we have to calculate the machine hour rate. So we have to calculate the productive machine hour. So here in the total hours paid are how much? 7380. In this, we will deduct the unproductive hours. That is the hours which the workers are not working, wherein it is given that leave with pay is 20. Leave with pay hours is 20. So in this, we will deduct leave with pay hour, as we have to calculate the productive hour. So 20 into 6 workers, that is 120 we have to deduct. And further, the normal idle time we have to deduct to calculate the productive hour. Here in the normal idle time is also given, that is 10. So 10 into 60. Sorry. 10 into 6. So this will be 60. So the total productive hours are how much? 7,200. So we can now calculate the machine hour rate, that is 107,9465 divided by 7,002. So this will be 149.9. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can ask me. How to calculate wages? See, the wages are calculated on paid hours. So herein, when calculation of total paid hours, total 208 hours are per month for every worker. So, sorry, 208 hours are per month for every worker. So, for 6 months, every worker, how much will be the hours? 1248. Of this, 18 is the hour. 18 hours are what? Without pay hours. It means what? They are taking the leaves and we are not paying for the same. So, 18 hours will be deducted. It means what? 1,230 hours on an average we are paying to every worker. Since there are 6 workers, so 7,380 hours are the hours, we call it as paid hours. So we have to pay for 7,380 hours, and for every 8 hours we are paying 800. So this is how I calculated 7,38,000. Same to you, Alok. Thank you so much. So guys, this is all what about calculation of machine hour rate. I wish I could discuss few more questions, but again, the time is the constraint, because few students were requesting to discuss practical question number 9. Again, if you solve this practical question number 9 step by step, it's a very, very easy question. So follow the step. That is, first calculate the absorption rate, then calculate the under or over absorption of overhead, and thereafter whatever the question is asking. So don't get panicked with that the question is lengthy or something like that. Just follow the solution step by step. Follow the question. Try to solve the question step by step. You will be able to solve practical question number 9. Thank you so much. Wish you the same, Priyanka. Vedant Vora, this part is very simple. You guys can try to solve it on your own. Nothing specific. They are using just the normal principles of costing. That's it. Not more than that. So try to solve, Vedant. Still, if you have any queries, I'll try to address your query. I know there are one or few doubts left out of material chapter also. Still, it is in my mind. Don't worry. If anything is left out, I'll try to cover in the coming sessions. Or else I'll keep a query session to cover the doubts, whatever you guys are facing. So guys, that is all what about this chapter. I've tried my level best to cover each and every point in detail, conceptually. Again, I repeat, don't try to memorize the formula. Try to memorize the concepts. rather than mugging up the formulas. I have this till date, I have taken approx 3 + 2, 5 sessions and I have not discussed any formulas. So again, my point is focus on concepts rather than formula. And plus, try to solve each and every question in writing. Ticking mat kijiye. I'm repeating again and again in all the previous batches also. I have mentioned don't do ticking in study material or practice manual. You are not a chartered accountant. You are preparing for chartered accountancy course. So no need for vouching and verification. The answers given in the study material are correct and clear. So try to solve each and every question in writing. ऐसा मत कीजिए कि थोड़ा सोल्यूशन किया एंड देन चेक किया, फिर बैलेंस सोल्यूशन किया, चेक किया. Try to solve the question, complete question in writing and then check the answer. एग्जाम में आपके पास सोल्यूशन नहीं होगा कि टू चेक कि थोड़ा सा किया फिर चेक कर लो, फिर थोड़ा सा किया चेक कर लो. नो, solve the complete question and then check the solution. I assure you with this approach you will be able to crack the exams easily. So guys, 2 days break now, Saturday and Sunday. Wish you happy Makar Sankranti. Plus, try to solve and practice the questions in writing of the study material and the past practice manual. If you guys can download the past RTPs or past examination questions also, then better try to solve these questions. Try to solve maximum possible questions in these 2 days of material and overhead. So till then, take care, enjoy, God bless you. See you on Monday with the next chapter, that is activity-based costing. Thank you so much for your time and patience, plus to all of you for participating in the session and posting your answers. So thank you so much, guys. God bless you. See you on Monday. Sir, session concluded.